Isaiah could see a long ways down the road. Matter of fact, he could see the coming of Jesus. He could see the virgin birth. He could see the crucifixion, the resurrection. And we've seen those things actually come to pass. He saw an awful lot of other things too that we haven't seen yet come to pass. And so instead of allegorizing those things, we should understand that they are yet future. And so one of those places that we read about that is in Isaiah chapter 11. And he says this, verse 6, "The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like an ox. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den." Well, we certainly don't see a world like that now. We see a world where wolves devour lambs. Matter of fact, the western part of the United States right now is having to deal with a man-made wolf problem. You see the animals not being friendly with humans right now as well. And the reason for that, when we go back to Genesis chapter 9, we see in verse 2, when Noah got off the ark, it says, "The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered." So the animals are afraid of people right now. And you can see that real easily where I live. There's lots of game. And they're scared of you. When a deer sees you, he's going to bound into the brush most of the time. Now, every now and then you find one that's a little more gentle. And at certain times of the year they change a little bit. But for the most part, the general rule is that there's a fear and a dread of humans in the animal world. But all of that's going to change. And so you say, when's this going to change? Well, I believe when Jesus returns at his second coming and he establishes his millennial kingdom. This is what the world is going to be like. A child playing by the hole of a poisonous snake that's not going to bite anymore. There's not going to be a concern there. There's no fear of them. And a lion grazing grass. Now, how about that? Can you imagine seeing a bear cub and a baby calf laying down together? We don't see these things now, but we will in the future, because God is going to change the disposition of everything. It goes on to say in verse 9, "They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain." So right now we see a time of wars and rumors of wars. Matter of fact, right now Israel is at war, and not far from God's holy mountain, there's hurting and destroying that's taking place right this moment. He says, "For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea." Well, that certainly is not the case today. The earth is filled with ignorance and lies concerning the truth about God. But there's coming a day that the knowledge of the Lord is going to cover the earth. And so God has big plans. And as we read this morning, I just want to encourage you. You need to get in on God's plan. You need to get in on it now so that you have this to look forward to. Listen, the world, it may have a lot of problems, but God has big plans for the world. And so I just want to encourage you. You need to put your faith in Jesus. And you need to trust him, and you need to read God's word and allow it to do what he wants for it to do. And that is to build a hope that someday things are going to be very different than they are today. And you got to be in on God's plan. He's had this plan all along. You got to be in on God's plan if you want to be part of this. And so I just want to encourage you today. That's something that we have to look forward to in the future. God bless you. Have a great day.